This is your target that you have to check for the website. Most welcome. Okay. Any other questions? So in mobile deep link exploitation, I used to hunt for information disclosure in source codes, analyzing source code review, and that's the thing which I do. Not into that much into mobile hunting. No, we haven't started it. So I was just asking people if you have any questions, you can ask me. Yes, I will explain Shanmuga again. For December, Sam, I repeat, it's on next Saturday, BAC, with the January batch. For beginners, I use darking. So if you go to Sushi Wushi, so I'll just search for bug bounty docs. This is the one thing which I use for darking. So docs.txt, if you see this, and mostly currently I'm hunting on Netherlands websites. I don't know Bhuvan why they are not, they didn't put any kind of security on that, but I hope they will. So let's suppose I'm using this doc. Mostly I'm using this doc. Like last week, I made about, I reported 20 bugs and 3 bugs are valid. So they sent like $150. So if you see this doc, so they are saying that they are sending 50 euros. So let's suppose this one. Yes, Chaitanya. See this? They're saying you can find bugs and you can report it to us. What we promise, they are paying almost like 50 euros voucher or something like that. I got on PayPal. 3 bugs was like broken access control, EXIF metadata, and information disclosure through the source. They were also disclosing the keys. Okay, so let's on a point. Wide scope, not necessary. See, if you see this doc, you will find multiple websites which have the scope. See, they are sending 25, 50 euros, all of this information. Let's suppose I'm taking another doc. I'm taking by Bitcoins. I'm just searching for this specific doc. So they have, see, Kraken, Bitpanda, they are just old one, I guess. Many people hunted on this one. Yes, class will be API based sites also. Most of the time API based. Okay, so what I'm doing, just going to tools, anytime results. So instead of that, I will go for past month. Paxful, Bitpanda, same. I'm getting same year. Past year, I'm just checking another. BitPay. Does BitPay have a bug bounty program? So let's see this one. So bounty rules, they do have a bug bounty program. Good amount, service in scope. All merchants provided by BitPay eligible for our bug bounty program. BitPay APIs, bitpay.com, whatever the scope. Let's suppose I'm just checking the subdomains of BitPay. Not the huge target, just 39 subdomains. Yes, I will tell. In the end of the class, I will tell everyone. A good, I think it's a medium scope, I guess. Ticket trick is a pretty big much vulnerability, Chaitanya. I will share a link. You can just ping me. I will share the link of exploit how you can do that, because we need to focus on the topics. Let's I'm going back. Wayback Archive. I'm just changing it to the rippling. Okay. Now this have a big scope. So similarly, rippling.com, they also have multiple parts. So see, if I search for .json, how many endpoints they have? JSON endpoints. So let's suppose I'm checking this one, talent.json. It's just a web view. So it's a blank page. So if I'm searching for API, so API request, API endpoints, see this. So more of this thing information we are getting through only APIs, nothing else. Okay, so see, yes, I will paste everything. You will get everything in notes. Once lecture is ended, you will get the notes in WhatsApp group. So when we search for this, we have a one domain, cdn.rippling.com, that's disclosing some sort of information. So I'm just copying the URLs. I'll copy all of it, and I am opening that into open multiple URLs. This is the first image, no information. Another images, okay. So this is the second one. Do you see API token? From the image, it's disclosing the API key. So API is basically application programming interface, which is most of the time used by developers, and it's like they should not disclose these types of keys publicly. So we first information disclosure, API ID. We have API ID also. We have API token. The second one, nothing here, nothing here, nothing, 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 no sensitive, nothing. Nothing. Just we are checking one by one. Ha ha ha. Not in the CTF, it's real time. AWS. So images, I think, of AWS started. Now you can see. So this image is disclosing access key ID and secret access key. So what's the meaning of secret if they are disclosing it? Developers बहुत help कर रहे हैं. Is there anyone? Okay, no, no worries. I know some people don't understand Hindi. Yes, it's a sensitive. The third information disclosure. Just I'm checking the other images. Username also replying. No image. Issuer ID. Nothing. So it's a test app secret. So it's a test. So I don't think so. But still, I will put that. It's a sensitive, and because it's a part of admin, auth access, app key, and app secret. Okay, now it's a real time. Rippling integration and app secret right here through the images. We have both of them. Testing endpoint and integration endpoint. We have app secret of both of them. Sixth, no access token. We don't have any kind of access token till now. Single sign on, nothing. No more information. Oh, I missed one API key. It was disclosing an API key. I just missed it. Add key, test key, nothing. Now they are hiding keys. Earlier they disclosed the keys. Okay, we have another invoice API documentation key. Nothing here, nothing. Okay, so till we have found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This kind of information we have found till now. Like 6 information disclosure, because we can find much more, but I didn't check other URLs. See how many URLs are remaining. This much. So all PNG, JPG images are disclosing sensitive information like keys, token, access key, configuration, and all of the information. Also JSON endpoints are there. So let's suppose I'm checking for JSON only. Just some sort of endpoint which is disclosing something different. .json. Checklist, compliance checklist, flowchart. Nothing else. Just few of them. Animate JSON. Nothing else. Yes, you can use the JSON beautifier if you wanted to use. It depends on you how you would like to escalate or how would you like to search the information. Okay. So just for example, now I'll tell you from the beginning till now what we did. So first part, we check the website. Second thing, we check if the website having what type of scope. So let's suppose 500, 600 domains. We have to sort that. Yeah, I tried everything. You can just assume 7 years experience. I've tried multiple things in bug bounties, or you can see whatever you can imagine. So we have checked functionalities, register, login. We have analyzed that what kind of vulnerabilities we can find. We have sorted subdomains. Let's suppose we had 100 subdomains and it went to almost 10 or 12, which where we can hunt on a TripAdvisor website. So then after the functionalities, the possible functionalities, we made notes about it. Then after we went for a Wayback Archive. So just let me paste the link here. So in Wayback Archive, we have seen that we can check for specific keyword, JSON, API, config, get JS, and then we find config.js endpoint, which was disclosing API keys, and we are able to use that. Similarly, when we check for the source, like enroll.ondo.com, we check for source, like keywords like key, and then after we found Firebase type of information. And it was your task, it's your task that you have to try that if you are able to use the keys for Firebase or not. Yes, API.js. See, information disclosure, any kind of endpoint you can find anywhere. Have you seen my if all of you are connected on my LinkedIn, then it's most probably you have seen my one story where I was able to find API endpoint which was leading to upload any unauthorized file. Have you seen that? Able to upload unauthorized file using API endpoint. Yes, Praveen, there are multiple tricks. This is just the first lecture. Just imagine we have a lot of things to learn. So I will tell you the timeline. So in my, if you know, there are some students from this December batch also, they are my student. So you can ask them. So thing is, I used to explain vulnerability timelines or vulnerabilities which is found by me. Timeline as in how I found that, what was the endpoint. So in future, you can get that easily. So first point, we have used Wayback URLs, right? So for multiple targets or multiple domains. So similarly, I'm using a Go. So it works same as a Wayback URLs. So my target is grail.com. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to find the endpoint API. This one. See this? Hitting enter. So how many endpoint I'm getting right now? A lot. See this one. If you have multiple domains, it's like you are getting information. So this is the API endpoint that which I'm opening. I hope I can get some sort of information, but might be most probably this is public information. Now what I did, I was checking for each and every keyword. Like I check for API, I check for JS and everything. So similarly, I tried for config. And when I tried for config, this one endpoint, which hits on me, found this endpoint, you can say Wayback URLs, or you can say get all URLs. So this is the one endpoint which I found. So let's open that. So see the boon, what we are checking right now, API config endpoint, I open. So it was like a trash information. So similarly, as a code analysis, I started searching for key. Public search key, the key itself says public search key. Turkey not useful. And there is one I found, file picker key. So see guys, I'm explaining the timeline, the vulnerability which I found. So file picker key. When I found a file picker key, I similarly searched for another keywords like file picker, and I just found two. So it says file picker conversation URL and file picker API key. So I'll copy this. I'll post that into here. All you clear till now? Do you have any questions? I hope everything is clear. So we just did the get all URLs, or you can say way back URLs. We search for a specific keywords like API or key, and we found this endpoint. So cprocess.fs.grail.com and file picker key. So next process, what I did. So I really don't know what is the file picker. So similarly, I search for file picker. See this one. If you find any kind of keys, it is very important that you should read the documentation of that specific key. So I found file picker. So let's suppose you found AWS keys. So simply you can search for AWS API docs. So I found file picker, so I'll search for file picker API docs. So this is the first result which I found, JavaScript file picker. Open that. So when I was reading the documentation, I was just checking each and everything. What is useful, what's not, this and that, everything I was checking. So they said that you can upload a file, some sort of this information. They said you have to use this like your API key, but I really don't know how to use this one. So just checking each and everything. All the codes, all the things right here, not useful. So if you see, when I clicked on file picker, cloud integration, they were saying something like this, checking another, uploading. So I found this known thing, which is very easy for me. Mohammed, we have a very separate lecture that how we can analyze the file or what we did. See, I'm repeating the case again because you got so many questions. You are getting so much confused, I guess. Simple part. I search for gograil.com and I'm grape a specific keyword config. You can search the keywords which I mentioned here. See this one, Dave, ID, any kind of sensitive keyword you wanted to search, you can search. Or you wanted to grape, you can grape. So here, if I'm searching for, let's suppose, .js. So I will get all the endpoints which are only related to the JS only, nothing else. What sensitive keywords you can think, you can search for it. So it will go on and on. It's very hectic to check each and every URL to test on, right? I'll just clear this up. First step, I search for grep config. I found this endpoint. I copied this endpoint. Open here. So when I open here, I search for keyword, which is API key, or you can search whatever you want. So when I search for it, it shows file picker key. Right? So I found this conversation URL and file picker key right here. That's what the information I got till now. So then after, it was a file picker key. So similarly, I search for file picker API docs. The first result which I got here. Then after I went to uploading, there was a request types. So the sample request, which was showing like this, upload from the URL. So it says that you can upload any image that you want. So I copied that. I'll paste it in notes. Watermark.png. Right. So let's suppose I'm going on. Let's suppose this what they have. I'll go for return to home. So I'll just I want any image path, like any image, literally any. So this image is what I was looking for, because when I analyze the request, it's a post request. A URL is assets.filestack API, and it's a PNG image. So I started to see what does it contain. So it's just logo image. So similarly, I wanted to upload any other different images. I wanted to check if it is vulnerable or not, right? So I will just open this one. I'll copy the image address. I'll paste in notes. So my task is that I have to upload this image in their domain. So I'll copy this path. I'll paste right here. We are good to go. Now thing is, we do have an API key. See this one. So I'll copy this. I'll paste that API key here. Now the domain is different. See this, filestackapi.com. So instead of this domain, I wanted to upload the file in process.fs.grail.com. So I copied that path and pasted here. Right. I pasted this information right here. So I'll copy the all command. I'll paste the command here. Now see the image. Curl exposed post information. URL is events.euread.eu, and where I'm uploading process.fs.grail.com. Hit enter. So it says image uploaded successfully. So I just copied this path, pasted here. See the same image get uploaded into their server. Now the impact time. I'm only able to upload JPG or PNG kind of images, not allowed to upload any sort of images. What is the impact of this? What I can do with this? If I'm able to upload image into their server, I can upload any kind of malicious image, which can affect on their reputation. I can go for RC, depends on it. I tried everything, it didn't work. So what I did, yes, malware upload from the GPG. Yes, there are a hell lot of methods to bypass the extension. So when I uploaded this image, I copied that. I check for exif. So I pasted that image path. See this cdn.fs.grail.com, and I'm checking the metadata of that image. And it was disclosing the metadata of that image specifically. See this? All the information about that image. Now point is, very strange issue what we found. So my target was the first step which I did. Go grail.com. I grep for config. Second part, I search for key. What we found, what was the output? We found file picker key. Third point, we search for file picker API docs. Fourth thing, what I found, the curl request. Curl command, or you can say request, whatever it is. Fifth step, what we did, we exchange values. Values as in API key, URL, etc. And finally, curl command executed. When we upload the image, that specific file upload function, or you can say API, through the API endpoint, we found the key and it was related to the file upload. That file upload function is vulnerable for exephishing. Right? Now the impact part. So we have two vulnerabilities. First point, API config is disclosing API keys. Those are sensitive and it can be usable. So we can upload malicious image. It can affect on reputation. Third point, what we can add. Also, we can, when we upload any kind of image, actually we can perform a DOS attack also. Fourth point, disclosing metadata of image. Fifth impact, if we use that key multiple times, key can get exhausted. Right? So grail.com is using the service of file picker. So obviously they are paying file picker for the keys, because I don't think so APIs are free nowadays. We can use their keys. We can actually consume their API quota. This is the things we can do. Okay, do you have any questions? Is there anyone who is facing very difficulty by understanding this? Yes, you can overcharge them. उनके नाम पर बिल फाड़ सकते हो. So metadata, that meaning is it's a representation of image. So see this image we uploaded. So what we have, we can actually know from which device, what is the exposure when the image was taken. Sometimes it also discloses the location of that specific image, so where the image is getting captured. So this will also disclose information about their GPS, at what point of location they took the photo, when they took the photo, what device they used, where they took the photo. So just using a photo, if attacker can get your information, then it's what is the privacy of that? Yes, Bhuvan, it's a P3 media metadata. Yes, it can be any CDN image. But what we did, we found the keys, and using that key, we were able to upload image. And that specific API function was working for file upload. Yes, obviously, this is very mandatory to write a good report. Very, very important. We do have a session on report writing also. Yes, Praveen, we took the image from any other site. It doesn't matter. We just check if the file upload function is vulnerable or not. Using API, we were able to upload the file, and that specific file upload is vulnerable for a metadata issue. Let's suppose any other person uploaded the image. We can download that image and we can search for it, right? Yes, obviously. So just imagine you took a photo and you uploaded somewhere, and I downloaded that photo, and just for example, just for fun, you told your mom that I'm going to study at friend's house, but you're watching movie in theater. You uploaded a photo or somewhere. I can just take the photo, I can take the location where you took, at which place, when you took that photo, and actually send it to your fathers or not to fathers, parents. So what's the meaning of that? It's just a simple metadata can disclose your information when the photo is taken. See this image was taken like almost 9 years, 1 month, 20 days, 2 hours, 43 minutes, 54 seconds ago. Just one single image is disclosing this much data. If I would be the parent, my kids are literally fucked up. They can't lie. They can't lie. Yes, you can consider as Ozen if you want. I think meeting will get end. We should restart the meeting. We should restart the meeting.